Hi everyone. In this video, I'm excited to show you an incredible PDF editor tool that I discovered yesterday. This tool is free, it doesn't require an account, it does all of the processing locally on your computer via a browser, and you can use it on any device. I'm super stoked, let's check it out. This PDF editor was created by a fellow named Benjamin Andre Miquelon, and you can visit it just by going to simplepdf.eu in your browser. I promise this is not an ad, it's just a really cool website that I found that I wanted to share. Let's check it out and do a quick demo of the functionality, and then I'll dive into each of the specific features afterwards. So right off the bat, we can see that when we visit simplepdf.eu, there's actually an example PDF that we can use to test out the functionality. So let's give it a go. Clicking on the example loads up this dummy registration form which has been created. By default, text is selected. So when you click, you can add a text box. I'm going to call myself Dwight. You can reposition it. You can increase the size, you can decrease the size, change the transparency, and I'm gonna add as my last name, even though it says first name there, Schrute. Gonna reposition that so that I like it. That looks good. Gender, male, female, there's a checkbox function on the right here. I'm gonna use that. I can click it and reposition. Note you can also adjust the size of that. And picture. I'll come back to the signature field in just a second, but picture, this is really neat. You can embed a picture directly into the PDF. So here, if I move this, I upload from my computer and I choose this headshot that looks good to me. I can reposition it, adjust it. That looks nice. Now I've got a picture there. Next up, there's the signature field. For me, I'm gonna add my signature field here as well. I'm pretty happy with how that looks. Okay, finish drawing, reposition it. Great, all done. I think that looks perfect. There's also a boxed text field here as well. Very similar to the text field, it just has sort of a box around it. And if I'm happy with that, I can download it. And we can actually see that in the downloaded example, all the fields that we added are built into the PDF, and it looks really nice and clean, sharp, no issues. Took me maybe 10 seconds to do max. Another really neat feature is the ability to add and merge PDFs together or delete pages, do what you want with them. So here's that registration form unfilled out, but I created a simple test PDF, just one page, one line of text. And if I click the add button here, it actually adds it automatically right there. And you can rearrange the order of the pages. You can delete certain pages, and I've had to do this in the past, and having it all built into your browser is really, really cool. So if you download that, you can see that it's actually automatically appended that page to you really easily, no issues whatsoever. So that's very cool. It's also super easy to rotate pages 90 degrees just by hitting this button here, which is handy for some of those PDFs where you might have landscape or a portrait page in different modes. So what makes simple PDF so much better than the alternatives? Well, I think there's 5 reasons for that. The first is that it's obviously free. The second is that it doesn't require any kind of sign-in or account. A lot of those services require you to register, give you their personal information before they let you edit any PDFs. Number 3 is that there are no watermarks. A lot of those other services, you have to pay to remove a big ugly watermark that could cover your document. Number 4 is it processes locally on the device you're using. So this is important because it's not being sent away from a privacy perspective. It's actually processing it locally on your device. And then number 5 is it works on multiple devices. So if you're on your PC, it's pretty easy usually to edit a PDF. You can just use Edge directly, Microsoft Edge, the browser. But if you're on your phone or if you're on Linux, sometimes it's not as easy to find a simple, fast way to fill in a form or edit a PDF or sign something. This is really cool for those scenarios. Maybe you're on the go, you don't have your particular built-in feature of choice, you're on a library computer, something like that. This is a great opportunity for that. So this is why I think Simple PDF is really cool and unique. It's really impressive that it actually does work on mobile. So here's an example of what this might look like if you were browsing the website on an iPhone 12 Pro. You can see that it's got a mobile website. And if we go to edit PDF here, you'll actually see that you can select the PDF from your phone. Note, it does recommend that you use Simple PDF on a computer for a better experience, but I did try it and I was able to actually edit something on my phone. So pretty cool that that's a capability as well, just for testing and playing around. Let's see how this works. So I've uploaded that test PDF. And if I was on my phone here, I could just tap, I could type in something here and it works. So Very cool. Very neat that this works on all different types of platforms. You could probably even run it on your smart fridge if you really wanted. So when I first started playing around with this, I started getting the feeling that it might be too good to be true. And as I dug through some of the documentation, I was trying to understand how could something like this be free, because there are services that cost money, there's storage. Benjamin obviously had to put in a lot of work to create this. But the interesting thing, and I think it's actually a smart business plan, is while it's free for individuals to use without any limits, there's actually a way that you can embed it directly into your own website or tool if you're a company, and you can pay for it in that way. So there are powerful tools for organizations that use PDFs in their daily workflows, as you can see here. So if we check out these paid plans, the basic one lets you do almost anything you want with a PDF, but maybe it doesn't let you do submissions, which is something I'll show you in just a second. These ones are charged for companies, which is where the actual money is making from. So to answer the question, is it too good to be true? I don't think so. I think there is a business case here where you can embed this tool into your company, have the branding all set up, and then that cost is passed off to them instead of the users using it like me and you, just on an individual basis. Okay, so it's free and it's doing the processing on your device, but is it sending all of your data somewhere? Well, the answer is actually no. It's specified that there's not even any cookies on the website because there are no third-party services being used to track you. Everything's done on the device itself, and the final document is generated locally. There is some data being gathered, but it's an anonymized event. So basically, instead of a user, there might be a big string of 20 numbers that would be associated to you, and it might say this particular number, this user is clicking on the text button a lot. And that can be used to improve the product, which is compliant with things like GDPR, one of the software regulations for software in the EU. And you can even request your data. You can request it to be erased. So it's just really cool to see these kind of things being at the forefront of these new tools being developed, and I was impressed reading through this. Another cool function is the ability to create a web form in a PDF to web form functionality in just minutes. So there's a nice example here that you can try out. So here, let's say we're running the Dunder Mifflin Company, and we want to create an accommodation booking details form that we can send to someone just via this link. So if we set it up, it'll be hosted from a simple PDF perspective, and we can easily fill in my name. My name is Dwight Schrute, coupon number 555, all of this information. And then once it's done, all you have to do is submit the form as the user, and it'll get sent off to the business, automatically get submitted to them, which is a nice alternative to something like Google Docs. It looks a little more professional when it's done in a PDF form. Another really cool thing you can do is actually embed Simple PDF to your website so that any links that you're hosting, any PDF files that you're hosting, can be opened up using the Simple PDF tools. So it's really simple. You can see the documentation here on the /embed, and all you have to do is sign up to get your custom domain. Then you just have this code snippet into your website. So there's an example here with HTML, and if you click it, you'll see that this is our example website. And let's say that we have a link there with a PDF extension. Well, now we opened it with all of the Simple PDF tools in our company's website. So very cool, very powerful. There's also React examples, but just a nice touch. Another handy function to be aware of is the Chrome extension. With that, you don't have to leave the website that you're working on. If there's a PDF there already, you can directly edit it in your browser. Super cool, handy little touch. As always, thank you so much for watching. Editing PDFs can be a big struggle, but with Simple PDF, I think it makes things a lot easier. I hope you enjoyed, I hope you learned something, and see you next time.